Hello, everybody, and welcome to Atheist Sunday School, your one-stop shop for everything Atheist Sunday and school.
And wowee, do we have a show for you today.
I am your host, Lawrence Yufa, and this is some guy from Hawaii or something, Ruben Marshak.
Mele Kalikimaka is the thing to say on a nice Hawaiian Christmas day.
I agree. Hakuna Matata.
Yes.
Aloha, meaning goodbye. See you guys next week.
Okay, anyways. We don't have a guest today.
No, we don't.
But we do have some announcements.
Do we?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
All right, fantastic. Thanks, Ruben.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So first of all, the demon summoning, we have a bunch of new stuff came in for it, including Shabbat candles and actual candle holders, as well as koshering salt.
Koshering salt. That's very important.
Yes, apparently.
And we also need chalk, but we have that.
We have chalk. Yeah.
You guys got chalk. Don't worry, we got chalk.
Yeah.
And Chris says that we have the black robes, but then Chris also considers hoodies to be black
To be black robes. That's
No,
so.
I mean we have two separate black robes for you guys.
Okay.
Okay. Fantastic.
Excellent.
And we also have this. This came in the mail recently.
Ooh.
It's from Thomas Romer, an author who I very much enjoy. This book is called The So-Called Deuteronomistic History, a sociological, historical, and literary introduction. Chris, if you want to just pull up my cam here. That's the book right there. It is very good so far. I have been reading it, and it's good.
What's some magic wisdom that you've learned from that so far?
Oh, I have been currently reading through the chapter on the Assyrian period,
Yeah.
which is actually what we're going to be starting today.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is. In fact, the last chapter
Convenient.
of today is going to be that. And one of the interesting things I've learned so far is that there was an Assyrian king, and I'm going to fuck up his name, Assyrian. That's his name. He had this treaty for his vassal states. And basically do you remember Deuteronomy 28 with those crazy curses?
Yes.
Okay. Basically, there is a huge part of
That's
Deuteronomy
the one that
28.
talks about, like, eating your children.
Yes.
Yeah.
A huge part of that actually is kind of influenced from this treaty. In fact, a lot of the law code was influenced from this treaty and other ones. In fact, there are like direct verbal parallels and ideas and the things that'll happen if you don't follow. So it's really interesting how in the text Yahweh Assyrian was replaced by Yahweh.
Oh.
Yeah, so I very much recommend this book. But anyways, 100-point show.
100 points show. Well, since you've been jabbering on and on and on.
Yes, I have.
Here's one that you won't get. What is the 10th word of Tupac's classic Hit 'Em Up?
Hit.
It's claim.
Damn. I tried.
I didn't.
And I got an easy one for you, actually.
Okay.
An easy one for everybody.
Yeah.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Good enough. 100 points.
Wow. All right. Well, I have a question.
Oh, okay, that's new.
Okay. In the first State of the Union address, who did George Washington credit his administration's political design?
I have no idea.
It's Alexander Hamilton.
Thanks.
Nope. No
Thanks.
fucking problem.
What was Nabrak?
I have no idea what Nabrak was. Anyways, we're also going to be coming out with after we are done with
Second Kings.
Yes. After we're done with that, we will be doing a review of the Deuteronomistic history, just as we did with the Torah.
Or at least the Book of Kingdoms and prior books, except for the Book of Ruth.
Yeah, we're not going to be doing the Book of Ruth.
What?
Because that,
Is it because it's
it's
really
not-
short?
It's not, no. It's because it's not actually part of the Deuteronomistic history. And that has been long known.
We'll include the Book of Ruth review in a more large-scale review about this general section, which probably won't include the information on the Deuteronomistic history.
Sure, yeah. So, anyways, that's the 100 Point Show. And what are we going over today?
Well, today, I have the King James Version of the Bible.
I have the English Standard Version of the Bible.
I don't.
I'll throw that out. You need a King James Version.
Oh my God.
In fact, you know what? Right here you
No,
go.
no,
You're using
no,
the New
wait.
King James
Okay,
today.
I need a cross. Keep it
Ooh.
away from me.
The power of Christ compels you. I watched
Neither of
The
you have the
Exorcist
power
again.
of Christ on your side currently.
He shows up every
Yeah,
show
yeah,
and gives us his blessing.
maybe
I'm
he'll
pretty
show
sure
up.
we have the power of Christ on our side.
Yeah.
Okay, well then
maybe
you both equally have it and thus cannot influence each other.
Yeah, he's gonna show up and he's gonna tell us to keep it the fuck away from us. We also have the Old Testament survey from the New Interpreter's Bible,
And the Oxford Companion to the Bible,
as well as unfolding the Deuteronomistic history.
or the so-called Deuteronomistic history.
Well, sure. We also, if we want, we can probably find something in Romer's book. So that's
if
a
we
thing.
want. We probably won't want right now.
I mean,
Unless
probably
we
not.
run
no.
into like Assyrians specifically doing something that you've seen referenced already.
Sure, yeah.
Yes. Okay.
But also, there is a lot of stuff covered in here. I mean, pretty much every single verse is covered in throughout the course of this book.
Yes.
So it's the index is enormous.
So we'll be doing chapters 14, 15, 16, and 17.
Yes,
So that's 2 for each of us.
yes, it is.
I bet you worked it out so that you get the shorter ones.
I mean, no, not necessarily. I'm just doing chapters here.
Mm,
We divided it all up last week after the show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll start then. In the 2nd year of Joash, son of Jehoahaz, king of Israel, reigned Amaziah, the son of Joash, king of Judah. He was 25 years old when he began to reign, and reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Jehoaddan of Jerusalem. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord. Yet not like David, his father.
Yeah. So he did what was good, but he wasn't quite as good as David. David, he had his tens of thousands.
Yeah,
Yes.
this guy's only gonna have like 1,000.
He had his tens of thousands. He did according to all things as Joash his father did. Howbeit, the high places were not taken away. As yet people did sacrifice and burnt incense on the high places. And it came to pass, as soon as the kingdom was confirmed in his hand, that he slew his servants which had slain the king his father. But the children of the murderers he slew not, according unto that which is written in the book of the law of Moses. You know, that would be which book of Moses?
Oh, well, the thing is,
Leviticus would not be.
I'm going to guess this is just some redactional material,
Yeah.
honestly.
You're going to guess?
I'm going to guess.
Do you have any evidence to suggest?
It's probably in here somewhere.
Ooh, probably.
I mean, I think that, that kind of... I think the Moses tradition probably actually started during the Assyrian invasion, actually.
What makes you think that?
The fact that if you take... so, you know how Sargon of Akkad has his birth narrative, which is pretty much... has a direct parallel with the Moses tradition?
Yes.
That is one piece of evidence there.
Okay.
Make sense?
That doesn't necessarily.
I know it doesn't. It's not necessarily. None of this is
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have the, feeling.
I have a working model, but I mean, it's also in here that it's covered. And I think he made some good points, but he also said that it's going to pop up later in the book. So I'm still reading through that.
Okay.
But
Well, you better finish reading that.
yeah, I will.
Yeah, like Hammer of the Gods.
Sure. Well, actually, I brought it because I probably won't be able to finish it.
Okay, then I'll finish.
Okay.
Jeez. Where even was I? Okay,
got
so he...
Moses, yeah.
Yeah, Moses. Book of the Law of Moses, wherein the Lord commanded, saying, the fathers shall not be put to death for the children, nor the children be put to death for the fathers, but every man shall be put to death for his own sin. That is not what happens through...
Oh,
like,
yeah, no, definitely. It's not what happens, but it's apparently it's just what it says. It's the thought that counts.
I guess.
Redacting, hooray!
He slew of Edom in the valley of Salt 10,000. Oh, he got his first 10,000.
Well done, well done.
And took Selah by war, and called the name of it Joktheel unto this day. Then Amaziah sent messengers to Jehoash, the son of Jehoahaz, son of Jehu, king of Israel, saying, come, let us look one another in the face. And Jehoash, the king of Israel, sent to Amaziah, the king of Judah, saying, the thistle that was in Lebanon sent to the cedar that was in Lebanon, saying, give thy daughter to my son to wife. And there passed by a wild beast that was in Lebanon, and trode down the thistle. Thou hast indeed smitten Edom, and thine heart hath lifted thee up. Glory of this, and tarry at home. For why shouldst thou meddle to thy hurt, that which thou shouldst fall, even thou and Judah with thee? So I kind of get what he's talking about. So there was a message, right?
Yes.
Asking for a marriage.
Yes.
And there's a wild beast that was in Lebanon.
Sure, yeah. That destroyed the trees, apparently.
So it's a bad sign?
I have no idea. But apparently those trees are very important. They needed them to make the temple, right?
Well, you
The
know,
cedars of Lebanon?
everybody looks through their omens. All the religions do.
Yeah, that's a good point. So maybe the wild beast is a reference to the Baal worship.
No, I don't fucking know. But let's continue. I don't know what that wild beast is.
Okay. Okay, but Amaziah would not hear. Therefore Jehoash, king of Israel, went up, and he and Amaziah, king of Judah, looked one another in the face at Beth Shemesh, which belongeth to Judah. And Judah was put to the worse before Israel, and they fled every man to their tents. And Jehoash, king of Israel, took Amaziah, king of Judah, the son of Jehoash, the son of Ahaziah, at Beth Shemesh, and came to Jerusalem, and brake down the wall of Jerusalem from the gate of Ephraim unto the corner gate, 400 cubits. And he took all the gold and silver, and all the vessels that were found in the house of the Lord, and in the treasures of the king's house, and hostages, and returned to Samaria.
Which was at this time would have been the capital of Israel.
Yes. Now, the rest of the acts of Jehoash, which he did, and his might, and how he fought with Amaziah, king of Judah, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel? We need an air horn or something.
Like one of those meme ones.
Yeah.
I'm going to just say that's one count for that, and no beholds.
So far,
Yeah.
we're going over a lot of different kings here, so it looks like it's everywhere. Okay, fantastic.
So-
Everyone, get prepared to get really drunk,
If you're drinking to
especially
that.
Rachel.
Yes. Now, they made a conspiracy against him in Jerusalem, and he fled to Lachish. But they sent after him to Lachish and slew him there. And they brought him on horses, and he was buried at Jerusalem with his fathers in the city of David. And all the people of Judah took Azariah, which was 16 years old, and made him king instead of his father Amaziah. He built Elath and restored it to Judah. After that, the king slept with his fathers. In the 15th year of Amaziah, the son of Joash, king of Judah, Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel, different Joashes, began to reign in Samaria, and reigned 41 years.
Did you skip a whole section?
No.
No? You didn't? Okay. I guess...
They brought him on horses. He was buried at Jerusalem.
No,
with
no,
his
hold on,
fathers in
hold
the
on.
City of David.
Hold on. No, I think you may have missed something.
Where?
And, okay. So after the hostages and returns to Samaria.
What verse?
You got through 15 and 16. And then verse 18 has another book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Judah. Did you say that?
No.
No, that's a different verse. Wow, I completely skipped over that.
Yeah.
And Amaziah, the son of Joash, king of Judah, lived after the death of Jehoash, son of Jehoahaz, king of Israel, 15 years. Now the rest of the acts of Amaziah, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Judah?
Okay, that's
Yeah.
two.
And then we get to the conspiracy right after that.
Yes. Sorry for missing
Yeah,
that
come on.
very integral and important verse.
Exactly.
Yes. That gives us so much
Are
information.
you just trying to keep our crowd sober? You fucking asshole.
Maybe a little bit. We don't want anyone to die of alcohol poisoning. They're not Wisconsinites.
Well, you don't know. Some of them might be.
Some of them might be. Okay, where was I?
So we got to Jeroboam.
Right. All the people of Judah took Azariah, which was 16 years old, and made him king instead of his father Amaziah. He built Elath and restored it to Judah, and after that the king slept with his fathers. In the 15th year of Amaziah, the son of Joash, king of Judah, Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel, began to reign in Samaria, and reigned 41 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not from all the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin. He restored the coast of Israel from the entering of Hamath into the sea of the plain, according to the word of the Lord God of Israel, which he spake by the hand of his servant Jonah, the son of Amittai, the prophet which was in Gath-Hepher. For the Lord saw the affliction of Israel, that it was very bitter. For there was not any shut up, nor any left, nor any helper for Israel. And the Lord said not that he would blot out the name of Israel from under heaven, but he saved them by the hand of Jeroboam the son of Joash. Now, the rest of the acts of Jeroboam, and all that he did...
And just so we're clear, this is Jeroboam the second?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his might, how he warred, and how he recovered Damascus and Hamath, which belonged to Judah, for Israel. Are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel? And
Are they not?
Jeroboam.
Are they not, though?
And Jeroboam slept with his fathers, even with the kings of Israel. And Zechariah, his son, reigned in his stead. Okay. You know, we need to keep a record of...
How many times it says it?
Oh, no. We need to keep a record of exactly what is supposed to be in this book.
Apparently, the Chronicles.
A whole lot.
Yeah, apparently the Chronicles of the Kings of Judah and Israel. That's what's supposed to be in there.
Well, when we write our unofficial version.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because it references it so many times, you could create one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you could just take
You
snippets.
probably could, but it's the stuff that they don't mention that we're interested in.
Yeah.
We want to know what else is in there.
Anyways, that's the end of chapter 14. If you're enjoying the stream so far, give us a like. It really helps out.
It really does help us out, actually, because liking or commenting adds to viewer engagement. Which
Sharing helps.
Sharing also helps. Yeah, absolutely. Share if you want to.
Sharing helps a lot. In fact, spamming our videos on whatever website.
It's how you get banned, so don't do it too much.
Yeah, it is how you get banned. And another thing is subscribe if you haven't, for some reason.
Yeah.
So, also there is one thing before we hop into the next chapter here. So Sherm Journal has started releasing papers, by the way.
And have they released?
They haven't released a first edition yet, but they have started releasing papers, and I'm very excited to read the one that they posted yesterday or today. I saw it this morning on my feed, so I'm very interested to actually get a chance to read that.
Oh,
But-
you should forward it to me.
Sure, I can do it. Anyways, so let's hop right into chapter 15.
Chapter 15.
In the 27th year of Jeroboam, king of Israel, Azariah, the son of Amaziah, king of Judah, began to reign. He was 16 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 52 years in Jerusalem. You know, in Mayan culture, that would have been very important. 52 years.
You know, here, usually it says 50 and 2 in the King James, but now it says 2 and 50.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, wow. Good job, King James.
How well written is this?
No, it's not. It's not well written at all.
It's the best written.
Shut up. His mother's name was holy fuck.
Wow, what an unfortunate name.
Jechaliah?
That's not a whole lot better.
Jechaliah of Jerusalem. And he did what was right in the eyes of the Lord, according to all that his father Amaziah had done. Nevertheless, the high places were not taken away. The people still sacrificed and made offerings on the high places. And here's actually something interesting I learned while reading through Romer's book. I was reading it today. So the high places were originally seen as safe places. So when they were when they were pretty much closed, shut down, I guess. Actually that applies for every sanctuary also. They had to make those sanctuary cities as a replacement.
Yeah.
So there's a thing for you. And the Lord touched the king so that he was a leper to the day of his death, and he lived in a separate house. And I have notes here on house and leper. Leprosy was a term for several skin diseases. We
Yes,
learned that
it was.
before.
As we saw, they really do describe like at least 4 or 5 different leprosies.
Yeah, definitely. And then house just says we don't know what this word means. So.
Congratulations.
And Jotham, the king's son, was over the household, governing the people of the land. Now the rest of the acts of Azariah and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah?
That's
Wow.
4.
Drink, I guess.
Yeah, drink, I guess. Also, we really should make a shirt for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really should. And Azariah slept with his fathers, and they buried him with his fathers in the city of David, and Jotham, his son, reigned in his place. In the 38th year of Azariah, king of Judah, Zechariah, the son of Jeroboam, reigned over Israel in Samaria 6 months. That is quite a short reign.
Yep.
And he did what was evil in the sight of the Lord,
Wow, I screwed up fast.
as his father had done. He did not depart from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, which he made Israel to sin. Shalom, the son of Jabesh, conspired against him and struck him down at Ibleam, and put him to death and reigned in his place. Now the rest of the deeds of Zechariah, behold,
Behold!
are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel?
Wow.
Best verse ever.
I know, right? The best verse ever.
That is an amazing verse, and that's 1 for behold and 5 for is it not written.
Yeah. This was the promise of the Lord that he gave to Jehu. Your sons shall sit on the throne of Israel to the 4th generation. And so it came to pass.
Wow, good for them.
It's almost as if this was written
After
afterwards.
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Shalom, the son of Jabesh, began to reign in the 39th year of Uzziah, king of Judah. And he reigned 1 month in Samaria. 1 month. Ouch.
Dude.
Then Menahem, the son of Gadi, came up from Tirzah and came to Samaria, and he struck down Shalom, the son of Jabesh, in Samaria, and put him to death and reigned in his place. Okay, there's a lot of shit going down in Israel right now.
Yeah.
People are killing kings to become the new king.
Yeah, just like willy-nilly.
You know, that's how kingship works. Divine right and all. Once you kill the god, you become the new god.
And the interesting thing is that, so this is reminding me of that Futurama episode where Fry goes to the planet of, like, water people and, like, drinks the king and then becomes the king. But, like, then he learns that every king had become a king after drinking the previous one.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm talking about, do you, Chris?
Wow, that's a really obscure episode, but yes.
Okay. And then nobody could drink Fry because he's a fucking human. He's not made of water. Okay, anyways. Now the rest of the deeds of Shalom and the conspiracy that he made, behold!
Behold!
Oh,
They are written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of
my
Israel.
goodness.
So
That's
we can learn a lot more about these conspiracies
2 and 6.
if we had the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel.
Oh, this is different, too, because it doesn't say, are they not written?
Is it not?
It
Well,
says they
they
are
are.
written.
Yeah, they are. And actually, for Zechariah, in, like, the previous set of verses,
It also does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, alongside the different numbering in this chapter,
Sure.
makes me think that these two people who wrote the majority of these two things were very different people.
I mean, yeah, that is something that happens in in biblical scholarship. In the history of the Bible, lots of people have been.
Well, it's really
Writing over these
unfortunate
things.
because they couldn't even just like look at the other stuff and copy it.
Well,
Yeah.
they tried their best.
They tried.
Yeah. Anyways, at that time, Menahem sacked Tifsa and all who were in it and its territory from Tirzah on, because they did not open it to him. Therefore, he sacked it, and he ripped open all the women in it who were pregnant.
Well, that's
That's extreme.
it's a bit much.
Yeah, okay. Abortions. Very violent abortions.
I haven't heard that much about this person. I mean,
We don't know anything about
Yeah.
this person other than he ripped open the pregnant women.
yeah, that's all we get to know.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's it.
okay.
And he killed the guy who came before him.
Well, I'm sure that
Bad.
whatever he did's written in the,
Yeah,
the
I'm sure it is.
Chronicles of the Kings.
I'm sure it is.
Whatever.
In the 39th year of Azariah, king of Judah, Menahem the son of Gadi began to reign over Israel, and he reigned 10 years in Samaria. And he did what was evil in the sight of the Lord. He did not depart all his days from all the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, which he made Israel to sin. Pul, that's interesting, the king of Assyria, came against the land, and Menahem gave Pul 1,000 talents of silver that he might help him to confirm his hold on the royal power. So this guy came in to conquer, but instead, this dude's like, okay, I'm going to pay you off, and then you help me with some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you've come to conquer our kingdom. Well, what if instead of doing that...
Oh, here's something interesting. And this Pul guy, apparently that was another name for Tiglath-Pileser III.
Oh,
Okay, I recognize that.
The more you know.
Oh, yeah, and Rachel pulled it up. Thank you, Rachel. And where the hell was I? Menahem exacted the money from Israel, that is, from all the wealthy men, 50 shekels of silver from every man to give to the king of Assyria. So the king of Assyria turned back and did not stay there in the land. Now the rest of the deeds of Menahem and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel?
7.
And Menahem slept with his fathers, and Pekahiah, his son, reigned in his place. Thank you to Ragabash for the 666. And you know what this actually reminds me? Our new drive. That's the first donation.
Oh,
towards our
yes.
new drive.
Since, this is the first show after the 12-hour stream.
No, it's not. It's the second show after the 12-hour stream.
Well,
Wow,
the
Ruben.
second show after the 12-hour stream.
Since it's the second show.
It's the first one that my like-dislike comment is relevant for.
Okay.
So, what's the result? Are we going with the alchemy, or are we building a particle accelerator?
It's the alchemy.
I told the people to vote.
I know. It's the alchemy.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. If you say so.
Yeah. It's the
You
alchemy.
just want it to be the alchemy.
Well, it is the alchemy. Anyways, so yeah, once we hit $666, we're gonna be, doing what people in the days of yore would do to create gold.
Yep.
Yeah,
We're gonna turn lead into gold.
we're gonna try with some ancient magic.
Yep.
Anyways, let's continue here. In the 15th year of Azariah.
Tiglath-Pileser means my trust is in the son of the Asura, by the way.
I don't even know what the Asura is.
Man, I thought you were all biblical history.
I am, but there is I can only read a finite amount of things.
Okay.
In the 15th year of Azariah, king of Judah, Pekahiah, the son of Menahem, began to reign over Israel in Samaria, and he reigned 2 years. And he did what was evil in the sight of the Lord. He did not turn away from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, which he made Israel to sin. And Pekah, the son of Remaliah, his captain, conspired against him with 50 men of the people of Gilead, and struck him down in Samaria, in the citadel of the king's house, with Argob and Ariah. He put him to death, and he reigned in his place. Now the rest of the deeds of Pekahiah, and all that he did, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel.
What are we at? 3 and 8?
It's getting
3 beholds and 8, was it not written?
I guess if you're counting.
I've been trying.
Okay. In the 52nd year of Azariah, king of Judah, Pekah, the son of Remaliah, began to reign over Israel in Samaria. And he reigned 20 years. And he did what was evil in the sight of the Lord. He did not depart from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, which he made Israel to sin. In the days of Pekah, king of Israel, Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, which is the guy from before, came and captured Ijon. Abel Beth-Mach, Genoa, Kadesh, Hazar, Gilead, and Galilee, all the land. Okay, so just a bunch of fucking cities, all right. And all the land of Naphtali, and he carried the people captive to Assyria. Then Hoshea, I don't know, the son of Elah, made a conspiracy against Pekah, the son of Remaliah, and struck him down and put him to death, and reigned in his place in the 20th year of Jotham, the son of Uzziah. Now the rest of the acts of Pekah, and all that he did, behold! They are written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel.
Wow, 4 and 9.
Sure be nice to have that book.
It would be great to have that book. It would be amazing.
You would have had 9 great references this reading.
Just fantastic. In the second year of Pekah, and just to kind of backtrack a little bit, the pool guy who was kind of had his deal with Menahem or whatever in Israel. So he went from one. So he took over Israel later. Is that what it looks like? Because he made this deal and then left, right? And then did he come back for a second round?
Boo.
And then took over things? Because the pool guy was supposed to be Tiglath-Pileser. So, unless it's a different one.
Why would it be a different one?
I don't know why, but it could be.
Well, because he's the third. Is it Tiglath-Pileser the fourth?
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't say.
Tiglath-Pileser Jr.?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Junior.
Was it Junior or the second?
I don't know. Maybe it's Junior.
Ooh.
Anyways, in the second year of Pekah, the son of Remaliah, king of Israel, Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, began to reign. He was 25 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 16 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Jerusha, the son of Zadok. And by the way, the Zadokite priesthood would become...
The daughter.
What?
Oh, yeah, I know. The daughter of Zadok. I said that.
You said the son.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Okay. I thought I said the daughter, but either way, the Zadokite priesthood would become very important later.
But not right now.
Not right now.
Yeah.
I don't think so. It might. I don't know. And he did what was right in the eyes of the Lord, according to all that his father Uzziah had done. Nevertheless, the high places were not removed, and the people still sacrificed and made offerings on the high places. He built the upper gate of the house of the Lord. Now the rest of the acts of Jotham and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Judah?
That's 10.
So Jotham built the wall around the temple? Because the house of the Lord is the temple.
Yes.
And the gate would be the wall. So the western wall that's standing right now, they would, in their biblical apologetics,
No, because
they wouldn't attribute that to Jotham.
No, because the temple was destroyed later, and then there was a second temple period, and then there was another destruction of the temple. So technically, we're in a third temple period.
Okay.
But I mean, it's not really there anymore, other than the wall, I think.
Well, there's a Dome of the Rock there. That's a temple.
I guess, but either way, the totally different temples.
Yeah.
Well,
once they build the new one.
I'm just waiting for them to start making a giant tabernacle.
Yeah, it's got to be the actual thing.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be to the exact specifications. Otherwise, I'm gonna go over there and wag my finger at them.
Yeah.
In those days, the Lord began to send Rezin, the king of Syria, and Pekah, the son of Remaliah, against Judah. Jotham slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David his father, and Ahaz his son reigned in his place.
Wow.
And that is the end of chapter 15.
But do you hear that?
I think I do hear that.
Oh,
Are you getting that, Chris?
It's really strange.
Some interference?
No, nothing's wrong.
There's some interference
thing's
going
awful.
on.
Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
Very...
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Behold, I am your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and I want to let all you heathens and sinners know that I support this wonderful episode of Atheist Sunday School. Lawrence and Reuben try their very best to bring you the true glory of the Bible, and they need your help. They have provided links to their Patreon page and other social media just for you. Once again, my name is Jesus Christ, and this is Milwaukee Atheists. The Lord is with them. God bless.
Oh, we're back? Come on, man.
I was giving you the thumbs up.
Well, you saw that I wasn't looking, so sorry.
No, I didn't see you weren't looking.
I'm sure you
I was
did.
paying attention to Reuben not looking.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. Well,
How
anyways,
astute
we're
of
back.
you.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thanks, Jesus.
Wow, we must have looked really stupid for a while there.
Just
Yeah,
like 0.5
probably.
seconds.
Just 0.5 seconds?
It was nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow. Well, Jesus has given us his blessing.
But
Yes.
you did look stupid.
and I think Jesus, while he was doing that, he also came here in studio and told Reuben specifically not to suggest the New King James to me because it was a sin.
Yeah, you guys missed it.
That's right. Why aren't you learning biblical Hebrew? You fuck.
Okay, I need to pass other classes.
You could have signed up for a biblical Hebrew class.
I couldn't have. I needed to do English 102 first.
Wow. That's...
It sucks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should have just tested out.
I could have. Maybe I would have tried. I don't know. I'm too fucking lazy for that shit. Anyways, that was the end of chapter 15. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, please drop a like. It really helps us out. I know that our viewership has been fairly low recently. I think that's also everybody's. I've been noticing.
Yeah, I blame midterms.
Could be.
Yeah.
Not 100% sure on that.
Actually, you know what? All of our viewers are like old people, right?
Yeah, they're the professors.
A very high percentage of them are around 40, 45-ish, somewhere in there. That's like a really high percentage.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it wouldn't really affect us that much. Midterms.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, not ancient, but I wouldn't buy, you know, a piece of candy that was as old as one of those people. I mean, come on.
Would you buy a piece of candy that's as old as us?
We've probably bought pieces of candy that are as old as us. If you
I doubt
take
it.
into account how
Ruben,
they ship candy.
Ruben, we found some bubble
produce
gum.
and
Do you remember that
manufacture.
bubble gum with the trading cards?
Yeah, I got bubble gum from the 80s.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was terrible.
It immediately turned to powder in my mouth effectively, and I had to spit it out.
It was pretty awful.
That sounds horrible.
It is.
Why'd you guys do that?
We didn't know.
I didn't know it was actually from the 80s. I thought it was like a joke.
You
novelty.
thought it was a gimmick?
Yeah, I thought
No,
it
it was
like,
Elf.
Yeah,
That stupid alien.
it was Elf. I was like, oh, that's funny, haha, 80s.
Yeah, no, the piece of gum was just horrible.
But no, it was actually
You didn't
from
think
the
that
80s.
was like... fine.
It was in too modern condition. I mean, it was like...
Well, obviously it didn't
It
work
was
out for you.
unopened.
It was unopened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, chapter 16. In the 17th year of Pekah, the son of Remaliah, Ahaz, the son of Jotham, king of Judah, began to reign. 20 years old was Ahaz when he began to reign, and reigned 16 years in Jerusalem, and did not that which was right in the sight of the Lord, his God, like David his father. But he walked in the way of the kings of Israel. Yea, and he made his son to pass through the fire.
Wait.
He
Okay.
sacrificed his son,
He sacrificed his son.
according to the abominations out of the heathen, whom the Lord cast out from before the children of Israel.
Yes. Oh, thanks. Sorry. So, yeah. He offered his son. He sacrificed his child. Great. Thanks.
Well, that's nice of him. And he sacrificed and burnt incense in the high places and on the hills and under every given tree. Then Rezin, king of Syria, and Pekah, son of Remaliah, king of Israel, came up to Jerusalem to war. And they besieged Ahaz, but could not overcome him. At that time Rezin, king of Syria, recovered Elath to Syria, and drove the Jews from Elath. They're the Jews now.
I have drove the men of Judah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. They've not been the Jews prior to this. For me, I think.
That they weren't.
But here they're the Jews.
Weird.
Drove
Thanks, King James.
the Jews from Elath. And the Syrians came to Elath and dwelt there unto this day.
See, I have, and the Edomites came to Elath, where they dwell to this day.
Wow.
Little known fact, those guys are the same guys.
I don't think they
No,
are.
I know.
So, Ahaz sent messengers to Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, saying, I am thy servant and thy son. Come up and save me out of the hand of the king of Syria, and out of the hand of the king of Israel, which rise up against me. And Ahaz took the silver and gold that was found in the house of the Lord, and in the treasures of the king's house, and sent it for a present to the king of Assyria. And the king of Assyria hearkened unto him. For the king of Assyria went up against Damascus, and took it, and carried the people of it captive to Kir, and slew Rezin. And King Ahaz went to Damascus to meet Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, and saw that an altar that was at Damascus. And King Ahaz sent to Urijah the priest the fashion of the altar and the pattern of it according to all the workmanship thereof. And Urijah the priest built an altar according to all that the king Ahaz had sent from Damascus. So Urijah the priest made it against King Ahaz. So Urijah the priest made it against King Ahaz came from Damascus.
I have, mine makes a little bit more sense.
Yes.
And Uriah the priest built the altar in accordance with all that King Ahaz had sent from Damascus. So Uriah the priest made it before King Ahaz arrived from Damascus.
Okay.
Makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it does.
Thank
It's
you,
like
King James.
an English sentence. Anyways. And when the king was come from Damascus, the king saw the altar. And the king approached to the altar and offered thereon. And he burnt his burnt offering and his meat offering, and poured his drink offering, and sprinkled the blood of his peace offerings upon the altar.
As is tradition.
As is tradition. And he brought also the brazen altar, which was before the Lord, from the forefront of the house, from between the altar and the house of the Lord, and put it on the north side of the altar. And King Ahaz commanded Urijah the priest, saying, Upon the great altar burn the morning burnt offering, and the evening meat offering, and the king's burnt sacrifice, and his meat offering, with the burnt offering of all the people of the land, and their meat offering, and their drink offering.
So hold on, just to stop you here. Every single instance of meat offering for you is grain offering for me. And I think there's a difference there.
This has been
I'm not seeing it.
consistent. Like,
Has it?
grain's always meat. Meat is flesh. That's how King James works.
Okay. I didn't notice it before. Or maybe I did. I don't even remember.
Yeah, but it's pretty garbage. And they're blood offerings. And sprinkle upon it all the blood of the burnt offering, and all the blood of the sacrifice, and the brazen altar shall be for me to inquire by. Thus did Urijah the priest, according to all that the king Ahaz commanded. And King Ahaz cut off the borders of the bases, and removed the laver from off them, and took down the sea from off the brazen oxen that were under it, and put it upon a pavement of stones.
So this is the temple that Solomon built.
Yeah.
That huge temple made of gold, absolutely everywhere. You had this giant...
More gold than we would have in circulation today.
Yeah, pretty
basically.
much. And
they just lost it all.
the molten sea was basically this huge cauldron, and it was on 12 oxen.
Yeah.
And he made like a bunch of other shit, and it was decorated. And
It was a sacrifice bowl.
I think
Yeah.
in a previous Sunday school, it was our background.
Yeah.
Yes,
Maybe more
it
than
was.
one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I also have a couple detailed pictures of it in my golden calf video.
Yes, you do. Which, if you haven't seen by now, go watch it.
I think it's pretty good. Or maybe watch it in like, I don't know, half an hour when the show is over.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys
the
will be
video's
done.
closed right now. You can't get in there yet. So you just may as well just wait here.
And King Ahaz cut off from the borders of the bases and removed the laver from off them, and took that word. Okay.
Yeah, you just read that.
And the covert for the Sabbath that they had built in the house, and the king's entry without, turned he from the house of the Lord for the king of Assyria. Now the rest of the acts of Ahaz, which he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Judah?
That's 11.
I don't know. I don't know if they are. I'm not so sure anymore.
And Ahaz slept with his fathers, and was buried with his fathers in the city of David. And Hezekiah, his son, reigned in his stead.
Wow.
So that's 11 so far. You know, if it happens a few more times, and our viewers have been taking shots alongside the show, we might actually have people with alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, or they might be dead. Please don't die while watching this show.
Yeah,
If that's okay with you. Financial causes, we can't really do anything about it. But hey, try not to.
If you're gonna die later.
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, that's the end of chapter 16. Drop a like if you are enjoying the stream. It really does help us out. Share the stream around to your
friends,
brothers,
family,
and your sisters,
ex-girlfriends, ex-wives,
cousins,
estranged children,
the homeless people on the street.
Homeless people, the people that you meet in the darker places that you go on weekends.
Yeah.
That specific place, you know.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And by the way, Rachel is absolutely right. Hezekiah is the first important king, pretty much.
More important than King David or Solomon?
Sure.
Kinda, yeah.
No, what does he do?
At least in these books, Hezekiah is very central.
Well, you know what? We're going to find out what he does because you have to read chapter 17, which is quite long.
We don't really learn much or anything about Hezekiah. We don't learn much about Hezekiah in these chapters. But definitely next week we're going to be going over Hezekiah. And then the week after that we'll be going over Josiah, who is... I think these are some of the most important people in these narratives.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's hop right into chapter 17. In the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, Hoshea, the son of Elah, began to reign in Samaria over Israel, and he reigned 9 years. And he did what was evil in the sight of the Lord, yet not as the kings of Israel who were before him. Against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and Hoshea became his vassal and paid him tribute. But the king of Assyria found treachery in Hoshea, for he had sent messengers to So, king of Egypt.
Who would name their child So?
I don't know, but I've looked through a bunch of Egyptian king lists, and I don't remember a king named So.
This is...
Maybe
what?
it's short for something.
So what?
Yeah, but anyways, that's a terrible name. And offered no tribute to the king of Assyria, as he had done year by year. Therefore, the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. Then, the tax collector, he's like, yeah, you didn't pay.
Go to jail.
Yeah. Then the king of Assyria invaded all the land and came to Samaria, and for 3 years he besieged it. So this is, of course, the beginning of the Assyrian invasion, which, by the way, is a real historical event. We know that happened. Archaeology has actually shown that at this time in Israel, the population skyrocketed. It probably rose by a multiple of 15. So it went from around 1,000 people in this place to 15,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's,
yes, we have ample archaeological evidence for that. Yeah. In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria captured Samaria, and he carried the Israelites away to Assyria and placed them in Hala, and on the harbor, the river of Gazan, and in the cities of the Medes. And this occurred because the people of Israel had sinned against the Lord their God, who had brought them up out of the land of Egypt from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and had feared other gods, and walked in the customs of the nations whom the Lord drove out before the people of Israel, and in the customs that the kings of Israel had practiced. And the people of Israel did secretly against the Lord their God things that were not right. They built for themselves high places in all their towns, from watchtower to fortified city. They set up for themselves pillars of Asherim on every high hill and under every green tree, and there they made offerings on all the high places as the nations did, whom the Lord carried away before them. And this is later edition here about all these terrible things that they'd done and how the sin caused them to be exiled.
Yeah. Rachel says that she heard So is identified with Tefnacht.
And Jonah says he's heard him being identified with Osterkon the Fourth. Well, I have absolutely no clue. That would be something else.
These references are great.
Osorkon has So in it.
Well, either way, we have to match up timelines, and it's a whole big thing.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I'm sure other people have done it, so we could just see their conclusions. Anyways, and they did wicked things, provoking the Lord to anger. And they served idols of which the Lord had said to them, "You shall not do this." Yet the Lord warned Israel and Judah by every prophet and every seer, saying, "Turn from your evil ways and keep my commandments and my statutes in accordance with all the law that I commanded your fathers, and that I sent to you by my servants the prophets." But they would not listen, but were stubborn, as their fathers had been, who did not believe in the Lord their God. They despised his statutes and his covenant that he made with their fathers, and the warnings that he gave them. They went after false idols and became false, and they followed the nations that were around them, concerning whom the Lord had commanded them that they should not do like them. And they abandoned all the commandments of the Lord their God, and made for themselves metal images of 2 calves.
No, did you reference this in your Golden Calves video?
I didn't have to.
Oh, you didn't have to, but you could have.
I could have. I didn't have to.
Because it says specifically that they serve Baal.
Wait, oh yeah, right here. We heard 2 calves, and they made an Asherah and worshipped all the host of heaven and served Baal. Yeah, it was just like a descendant of Baalism. It was like integrated with Yahwism.
Yes.
In Samaria.
I've been trying to convince Pen Guy that, and for the viewers, Pen Guy is a guy at UW's campus who hands out free pens with scripture rubber banded onto them.
Have you ever used those pens?
Yeah.
Sure.
Are they good?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Okay.
He gets them in bulk.
Okay.
So, yeah. But I've been trying to convince Pen Guy that Yahweh comes from a previous religious tradition.
Well, the thing is, we don't really know that. What we know about Yahweh is he probably came from the southern region of Edom.
Yeah.
That's probably where it originated, and then became integrated as they moved north.
Well, he also won't accept that El is from another religious
Wait, really?
tradition.
He won't accept that El,
Yes.
the chief god of the Canaanites,
Yeah.
he won't accept that is from
I'm trying to
Canaanite
convince
pantheon.
him.
The chief fucking god.
Yeah, I'm trying to convince him, but it's hard with these severely religious
Creationists.
creationists.
Yeah.
Yes. They
How do you even deny that? That's
well, did those people really exist, or is that just a test?
oh. You could go that route.
You could.
That's the worst route.
What was his contention with that?
His contention with that was, I don't believe that.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. I'm going to have to talk to him about that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to convince him.
I'm going to have to show him literally Canaanite texts. I could just pull up some
Do you
Ugaritic
think
myths.
that he would allow you to show him the Canaanite myths?
I'm sure he would. Why wouldn't he? Why would he be opposed to looking at them? I'm not saying, hey, believe these. These are facts.
I wonder if we could get him to read the Satanic Bible.
Maybe by accident if we stuck like a label over
Pen on it.
or a pen on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, just get your Ugaritic text, and we'll wrap pens around him.
Yeah, and then he'll have to read it.
Yeah. We'll have, like, a pen on each page.
Yeah.
So he has to turn the page. To get the pen.
To get each pen? Wow, that's so bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And they burned their sons and their daughters as offerings, and used divination and omens, and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord, provoking him to anger. So the
I've
thing
done
is,
divinations.
right? Okay, so hold on.
Omens.
Divinations and omens are not a problem for Yahweh. I mean, now they're saying that it is, but before it was never a problem.
Well, you're not supposed to have, witches and wizards.
I know, but-
necromancers.
I know, but it hasn't been a problem until now.
Right. I mean, isn't that what prophets
Do? Yes.
I guess they're all heretics now.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Therefore, the Lord was very angry with Israel and removed them out of his sight. None was left but the tribe of Judah only. Ooh, that's it, just the south.
It's the Judah alone movement.
Oh my God. Judah also did not keep the commandments of the Lord their God, but walked in the customs that Israel had introduced. And the Lord rejected all the descendants of Israel and afflicted them and gave them into the hand of plunderers until he had cast them out of his sight. When he had torn Israel from the house of David, they made Jeroboam the son of Nebat king. And Jeroboam drove Israel from following the Lord and made them commit great sin, which, by the way, Jeroboam was following the Lord. It even said that the calves were...
Oh, which Jeroboam?
The first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It even said that he was that the calves were supposed to be a representation of their Lord who brought them out of the hand of Egypt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it has to be
They're,
Yahwism.
They're gods.
Yeah. Yeah. The people of Israel walked in all the sins that Jeroboam did. They did not depart from them until the Lord removed Israel out of his sight, as he had spoken by all his servants the prophets. So Israel was exiled from their own land to Assyria until this day. I don't think they were actually exiled.
Yeah, what's up with that?
My best guess right now would be that after the Babylonian exile, they also took this Assyrian thing to be an exile, even though we know it wasn't. So, like, just looking back, and it seems like this is exilic because they're there till this day.
Yes.
So this was written during an exile.
Got them out of God's sight.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't be possible, but okay.
Whatever, yeah. Consistency. Come on, man. And the king of Assyria brought people from Babylon, Kuta, Ava, Hamath, and Sepharvaim, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the people of Israel. And that's more likely to be what actually happened. They moved people to Israel. And they took possession of Samaria and lived in its cities. And at the beginning of their dwelling there, they did not fear the Lord. Therefore, the Lord sent lions among them, which killed some of them.
Woo! Whoa!
If only Samson was there to help.
Yeah, Samson could have just torn their jaws off.
Yeah, he could have just done that. He could have grabbed a jaw of one of the ones he killed to kill the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then eat honey that's been festering inside of their stomachs.
Because the hygiene.
Because that's how honey works.
I have never seen a beehive and honey start growing, and or I've never seen bees use roadkill as a
We don't have lions.
as a place for.
Yeah, we don't have lions.
Maybe if we had lions, you're right.
Definitely.
which killed some of them. So the king of Assyria was told, the nations that you have carried away and placed in the cities of Samaria do not know the law of the God of the land. Therefore he has sent lions among them. And behold,
Behold.
they are killing them because they did not know the law of the God of the land. Then the kings of Assyria commanded, send there one of the priests whom you carried away from there, and let him go and dwell there, and teach them the law of the God of the land. So one of the priests whom they had carried away from Samaria came and lived in Bethel, and taught them how they should fear the Lord. But every nation still made gods of its own, and put them in the shrines of the high places of the that the Samaritans had made, every nation in the cities in which they lived. The men of Babylon made Sukkoth-Benoth, the men of Cuth made Nergal, the men of Hamath made Ashima, and the Avites made Nibhaz and Tartak, and the Sepharvites, thank you, burned their children in the fire to Ardamelech and Anamelech, the gods of Sepharvaim. So instead of doing what everyone else is doing, they decided to kill more people. These guys. They also feared the Lord and appointed from among themselves all sorts of people as priests of the high places, who sacrificed for them in the shrines of the high places. So, just to be clear here, it doesn't seem like God really cares about the sacrificing of children by the Sepharvites.
No.
Doesn't really care. That's not a problem for him now. It was a problem for him before. Mm-hmm. And then before that, it actually wasn't a problem for him. Remember with Jephthah, I think?
Right.
I think Jonah mentioned it in the chat earlier. He didn't have a problem with it, and then he had a problem with it, and now he doesn't again.
Yeah. Wow. He changes his mind a lot.
Yes, he does. He's not the most consistent deity that we've ever seen.
No, there's no consistency whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, besides, like, being violent.
So they feared the Lord, but also served their own gods, after the manner of the nations from among whom they had been carried away. To this day, they do not do according to the former manner. They do not fear the Lord, and they do not follow the statutes or the rules of the law. Or the law.
Wait. Read the beginning of that verse.
To this day, they do according to the former manner.
Okay. You said they do not do.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Okay. They do not fear the Lord. They do not follow the statutes or the rulers or the law or the commandment that the Lord commanded the children of Jacob, whom he named Israel. The Lord made a covenant with them and commanded them, you shall not fear other gods or bow yourselves to them or serve them or sacrifice to them, but you shall fear the Lord who brought you out of the land of Egypt with great power and with outstretched arm. You shall bow yourselves to him, and to him you shall sacrifice. And the statutes and the rules and the law and the commandment that he wrote for you, you shall always be careful to do. You shall not fear other gods, and you shall not forget the covenant that I have made with you. You shall not fear other gods, but you shall fear the Lord your God, and he will deliver you out of the hand of your enemies. However, they would not listen, but they did according to their former manner. So these nations feared the Lord and also served their carved images. Their children did likewise, and their children's children, as their fathers did, so they do to this day.
When is this day?
Nobody knows.
Last week Thursday.
Yeah. So that was the end of chapter 17 and the end of the chapters today. That was all the ones we had to do.
Yeah. Now, next week.
Oh yes, and our final score for today's reading is 4 beholds and 11 was it not writtens.
Wow.
Wow.
I wish there were more beholds.
Next week we'll be still in Kings, and I think the week after that, maybe?
Yes. We have 8 more chapters to do. We're splitting it up, obviously, 4 and 4. Next week, we are going to be talking about Hezekiah, pretty much exclusively about Hezekiah. And then we will be talking about Josiah and the actual Babylonian exile.
And then we have the most exciting part
of
the entire Bible.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm not so happy about this.
You gotta read it like we didn't start the fire, right?
Oh, my God, you're right. Hold on.
Does it really work?
This is actually pretty close here. I don't know if I can do this with a straight face. Adam, Sheath, Ian, Nash, Kenan, Mahalatalil, Jared, Henoch. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Try it, Ruben. It's very difficult. Or should we rewrite these chapters to make it a who didn't start the fire? Or sorry, we didn't start the fire.
I mean, some of these were supposed to be sung weirdly anyways.
Why does this happen for so many chapters?
I don't know.
It's like, it's as if you took the worst parts of the Bible. Not
Yes.
like the morally worst parts, but like the most ridiculous, boring, trudging through parts. And you decided to just copy and paste every single one of those sentences. It's so bad.
It is really bad. Not really excited about that episode, but you know what? We got to get through it. We don't really have a choice in that one.
I guess we can get some rum or something.
We could get some rum. So that is the end of the show for today. Please drop a like if you guys enjoyed the stream. We very much appreciate it. Comments, sharing, subscribing, all that stuff. It has been a tough couple weeks recently.
Yeah.
So if you want to help somehow, you could do that stuff. Anyways, and yes, Rachel, we are talking about Chronicles. So, anyways, end of the show, and everybody, we will see you next Sunday.